Hello everyone. I want to take just a few moments to share with you some of the recent work of our Safety and Security group. This summer, our staff has been extremely busy implementing projects across the district related to safety and security. I'm going to share some of those with you today, but please understand that this work happens all day, every single day, and it takes all of us. There are a few factors that go into implementing these projects that I want to cover. One of those being timing. Some of these projects were already in motion prior to the Texas Education Agency implementing their mandate earlier this summer. Others had to be adjusted within our schedule to move them up in our timeline. The second factor is funding. How are we going to pay for these improvements? We continue to utilize bond funds, specifically 2019 bond funds, to help us in a couple of ways. It allows us to save operational dollars to pay for staff salaries. And secondly, it helps us in timing, that we are not relying on funding from TEA or any other agencies. Specifically, the 2019 bond included approximately $8 million in funds allocated to safety and security projects, including perimeter fencing, additional security cameras, access control system upgrades, fire alarm systems, but also the construction of a secured vestibule at the Shapp Court entry at Westlake High School. And with the completion of this project, we now have secured vestibules at each one of our campuses across the district. Now this summer, there is a concentrated effort on a few improvements, including expanding our perimeter fencing, additional security cameras, the installation of safety and security film at all of our main entry points on our campuses, but also the installation of exterior door prop alarms. And to put this into perspective, for evacuation reasons, our facilities have multiple exterior doors. For example, at Westlake High School, there are over 60 exterior doors. So the installation of exterior door prop alarm allows us to ensure that those doors are shut, securing our campuses. So those installations of the door prop alarms has begun and will continue over this school year until we have all of our campuses completed. So after a determined amount of time that the door is left propped open, an alarm will sound and will draw attention to anyone in the area to address that door and unprop it. The third factor is staffing. As I mentioned, a lot of staff are required to implement these measures. So beyond the 2 school resource officers that we have that reside at Westlake High School, we have a total of 7 staff members dedicated to safety and security. But next year is going to look a little bit different for a couple of those members. First, Brent Kelly, or better known as BK, our Director of Safety and Security, will spend the majority of his day residing at Hill Country Middle School. This gives Hill Country direct access to his skills, but also it expands that access to the neighboring elementary schools, including Cedar Creek, Forest Trail, and Valley View Elementary. Now on the west side of the district, Matt Greer, our Director of Safety and Risk Management, will spend the majority of his time officing out of West Ridge Middle School. And just like Brent, he'll have direct efficient access to Barton Creek, Bridgepoint, and Eanes Elementaries. Both Brent and Matt bring a wealth of knowledge as retired law enforcement. And together, they will support the school resource officers at Westlake High School and also all of our campuses when needed. And with all this said, we understand that creating a safe environment is more than secured facility. We constantly strive to create a sense of belonging by building relationships and community. We will continue our previous work, but we'll also be expanding our efforts around mental health and the well-being of our staff and our students. We have counselors and trained staff always working and providing guidance and resources to our students, but also our families. And they will always be available to our students for any crisis. Now, as this summer ends and a new school year begins, we're going to continue our efforts with our staff and training them, involving them in discussions around safety and security and drills so that they are prepared. So we're all prepared in case of an emergency, whether it be a fire, a weather event, also a critical incident that may happen on our campuses. Our staff have been entrusted with the care and safety of our community's most treasured possessions, our children. We take this responsibility very seriously, and we'll continue to use best practices and common sense to make sure that our campuses are as safe as possible.